Hello, I'm Yongxin Celia Chen. I'm very happy to be here to participate in this class. I want to share with you my experience of producing the shows that make up the feature, The Road to Hangzhou 2022, and the stories of some of the characters we interviewed who participated in the build-up to the Hangzhou Asian Games. Before I talk about the road to Hangzhou 2022, I'd like to first talk about my own experience. From the time when I was a child, I studied in London and was awarded a degree by the LSE. I majored in international relations, which means wars if I'm being frank. So I have crossed a lot of boundaries before coming to the media. I lived abroad for 16 years and as a result, my first annual work summary submitted after I returned to China wasn't completed well in Chinese, as I could only complete it in English. Well, I still remember the manager who received my personal summary in English said to me, "Hi Yongxin, are you testing my language skills?" Now, even nowadays, this guy still talks about it and laughs a lot when I'm chatting with me. Well, of course, when I say this now, I'm really grateful for my colleagues' understanding. I think that because of this experience and small episode, I feel relaxed and have a good attitude to face work after returning to China. It is also because of such a tolerant team that we have a good creative atmosphere, so we can overcome any difficulties and create good work. Today, I'm very fortunate to be here to share with you, but the success of creation really belongs to everyone in our team. After graduating in the UK, I also worked at the United Nations and other places. It was there where I also developed my second media-related documentary film director career. When I studied abroad, many teachers persuaded me to stay, and there were many attractive opportunities laid before me. However, I still wanted to go back to my hometown because my family is here. Later, I met teacher Zhang Hongming, the former mayor of Hangzhou. He said that our hometown was about to host the Asian Games, so he hoped that I could come back to support and help. At that time, I agreed without thinking about it. After a short while, I returned to Hangzhou. Well, later, I joined the Hangzhou TV station and had my first job after returning to China. My first appearance, my first video work, my first award-winning experience. Of course, I also have my work summaries written in Chinese. After returning to Hangzhou, I also needed to give full play to my expertise in hosting English to help, to support Hangzhou's internationalization. In 2014, my hometown bid for the 2018 World Swimming Championships in Doha. I served as the city's image ambassador and host. I was highly appraised by FINA. In 2015, Hangzhou bid for the 2022 Asian Games in Turkmenistan, and yes, I was very honored to serve as the English presenter and host, and I felt the joy of the successful bid on the spot. Here's a video I will share with you. It is the scene of the bid at that time.
我现在所在的地方是阿什哈巴德的奥体中心。那在我身后呢，现在所举行的是第34届亚奥理事大会。那马上不久就轮到我们杭州代表团上台陈述了。尽管只有短短20分钟的时间，但是胜败在此一决。
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, Hangzhou, the capital of Zhejiang Province, is located on the southeast coast of China, praised as paradise on earth. Hangzhou enjoys the merits of a rich history, an efficient government, and friendly, hospitable citizens. It has two World Cultural Heritage Sites, the West Lake Cultural Landscape and the Grand Canal. Over the years, it has attracted 100 million visitors from home and abroad. Its economy is robust, ranked among China's top 10 economies. Hangzhou is a city with sports at heart. Almost every day, you see hundreds of thousands of people doing sports exercise in the stadium or in the park. Therefore, we have the determination to build something that doesn't just last for a few weeks, but for a generation. Our ability to organize international sporting events is unquestioned. In the past few years, we have hosted events such as the Women's World Cup football tournament, the Stankovic Cup basketball game, and the World Table Tennis Tour finals. Moreover, in 2018, we are going to host the 2018 FINA World Short Course Swimming Championships. We are proud to say that our athletes have competed at every Games from Athens to Athens. There are so many reasons that Hangzhou would be the best host of the Asian Games. If we win the bid, we propose to set the duration of the Games from the 10th to 25th of September. Because during that period, the average temperature is about 20 degrees, which is perfectly suitable for sport events. In line with the OCA constitutions and regulations, we will organize 36 to 40 sports programs, including the Olympic and Asian Games sports. To organize the Games in economical and efficient ways, our venues will be a mixture of existing world-class venues and venues which are already on the plan. We will also renovate and upgrade our existing sports facilities to meet the Games needs. What is shown on the PowerPoint now is a layout plan of the Asian Games Village and some of our venues. The Hangzhou Olympic Sports Center and the Hangzhou Olympic and International Expo Center will be used as the main venues for the Games. Now, for technology. Hangzhou is actively advancing the development of Smart Hangzhou. We'll use our high technology to improve the game time experience for athletes, spectators, and viewers alike. So everyone will experience the magic of smart sports. Moreover, a 7,000 square meter media center will be set up. At the center of our plan is the Asian Games Village. It will be within 5 kilometers of the main venue. It offers you everything athletes need for training, competing, and relaxing in one secure environment. We have secured a wide range of hotel rooms in numbers that exceed your requirements. Our transport network is extensive and complete. For example, we have over 28 international and 10 Asian direct flight routes. More international routes will be launched in the next few years. The fastest high-speed train from Hangzhou to Shanghai only takes 45 minutes. So you and your families are guaranteed to have a terrific time in a city that offers so much outside the venue. Regarding medical health care, Hangzhou has over 200 hospitals with sound medical facilities and personnel. A 24-hour medical service agency and the first aid stations will be set up in the athletes' village and in the playing field. So Hangzhou is one of the safest cities in China. We will host the Games that is secure, reliable, and risk-free. And finally, the market development. China is the second largest economy in the world, and Zhejiang province is ranked number 4 in GDP in China. Both state-owned and private enterprises fully support Hangzhou's bid to host the Asian Games. So we are very confident of the implementation of market program of the Games. So Mr. President, if Hangzhou is chosen to be the host, you and every athlete in 2022 will never forget the magic of Hangzhou. Thank you.
Hangzhou, and congratulations. The city of Hangzhou will be the hosting city for our 19th Asian Games 2022. Congratulations.
In the following years, I successively participated and hosted many international events in Hangzhou, such as being the bilingual host of the opening ceremony for the Boao Forum for Asia-China Global E-Commerce Leaders Summit in 2016. I was also honored to be with the Hangzhou Liying Temple in the same year. Master Guangquan, the abbot, and myself received the G20 Ladies Group. In 2018, I accompanied the former secretary of the Zhejiang Provincial Party Committee, Mr. Che Jun, to attend the 2018 Beautiful China Picturesque Zhejiang Tourism Cooperation Conference. Well, in being the host of so many international affairs, there have also been many TV episodes and features. So what impressed me most was that in 2018, when I served as the bilingual host of the World Swimming Championships organized by FINA in Hangzhou, when the program was over, the FINA chairman, Dr. Maglione, walked up to me and said, "Thank you. Your presentation is very impressive, and it gave us a better understanding of the city of Hangzhou." Well, this recognition really, and especially the praise from the predecessors, made me very proud. It also gave me a new pursuit and a new dream to be able to let the world know about Hangzhou better through my profession. Well, the success of hosting the 19th Asian Games Hangzhou 2022 is a historical opportunity for Hangzhou's internationalization, as well as a giant step for Hangzhou's development. From the Hangzhou Asian Games concepts, green, smart, economical, and ethical, to the principles based on Hangzhou, shared by Zhejiang, from the preparation to the promotion of the city's construction, from training of Hangzhou's athletes for the Asian Games to the citizens' improvement of the civilization and the strength of participation. Of these aspects of the city's development are worthy of our reporting. Well, telling a good story about Hangzhou to the world, enhancing the international visibility and reputation of Hangzhou, showing a positive image of a world-famous city which has unique charm and splendidness. These are the original creation, aspirations, and mission of the road to Hangzhou 2022. So now, let's have a look at it. The first episode of the Road to Hangzhou 2022, how the mascots for the 19th Asian Games Hangzhou 2022 were born, which won the first prize in the Hangzhou 2021 Outstanding International Communication Work for the innovative major theme reports. Well, we all know that the 19th Asian Games will be held on September the 10th to September the 25th next year in Hangzhou. Well, the Asian Games have generated various multiple kinds of mascots, while the Asian Game mascots are specially designed for the Asian Games. Each mascot is unique. They have a dynamic character and embody the spirit of friendship and fair competition. In April 2019, the 19th Asian Games Hangzhou 2022 Organizing Committee was authorized to launch the call for the designs for the Hangzhou Asian Games mascot and Asian Para Games mascot, and finally received a total of 4,633 sets of mascot designs from home and from international contributors. Well, after a series of procedures such as public collection, review, modification, internet duplicate checking, and approval, memories of Jiangnan stood out from the other designs. They were designed by Zhang Wen and Yang Yihong, young teachers from the Chinese Academy of Arts. Well, this design became the candidate for the mascots of the Hangzhou Asian Games and finally obtained the official permission of the Olympic Council of Asia. On April 3rd, 2020, the mascots of the 19th Asian Games Hangzhou 2022 were officially released to the world. Memories of Jiangnan, the smart mascot triplets, met the public on the internet. Many people learned about the concept and creativity of this set of designs from the relevant news and websites of the Asian Games Hangzhou 2022. Congcong, which derives its name from the Cong jade pendant, the quintessential relic on earth from the archaeological ruins of Liangzhou city, takes yellow, the color of earth and bump harvest, as the main tone. As the quintessential symbol of the Liangzhou culture, the Tao-tier patterns on its head speak for indomitable courage and self-transcendence. Congcong reflects an indomitable enterprising spirit and inspires people to pursue better life. Well, Lian, which derives its name from the lakeful of lush lotus leaves, takes green, the color of life and nature, as its main tone. Its lotus leaf-shaped headpiece is distinctively decorated with the 3 pools mirroring the moon, a scenic view of the West Lake and the icon of internet, while Lian reflects a refined, graceful, harmonious, and open-minded spirit and conveys the aspirations for building a community of shared future for mankind. Well, Chengchen, which derives its name from the Gongchen Bridge, a landmark structure in the Hangzhou section of the Grand Canal, takes blue, representing the science and technology as its main color. It has the Qiantang rivers tied atop its head and the Gongchen Bridge on its forehead. Chengchen symbolizes the inclusiveness of our time and connects Asia with the world. Well, these ideas are actually very easy to understand, but it's very difficult to be explained intuitively as well as the original intention of creativity in TV language. We met a very difficult topic selection when the first program of the Road to Hangzhou 2022 started. Well, before the establishment of this column, another of my duties was documentary director. When creating the topic of the mascot, the first design of our team still depends on the feeling of the documentary, because we still want to naturally show something cultural. Well, certainly making a documentary also requires us to do more research, design more plots, visit and shoot more. Well, later, it proved that our design was successful. We also made a 3-episode series on this mascot topic. Now, let's enjoy it together. Hello and welcome to the Road to Hangzhou 2022. I'm Yongxin Xilichen. I will bring you our build-up to the Asian Games with interviews, highlights and interesting stories of the sporting actions. All that is coming up very soon. After receiving 4,633 submissions for the mascot designs, the Hangzhou 2022 organizers have finally unveiled the final mascots for the Asian Games, the 3 sporty robots, also known as the memories of Jiangnan. So what makes the smart triplets stand out among all the designs? Today, let's talk about love and hope.
Animals, imaginary creatures and human beings all have been mascots for sporting events. They appear as still and moving images, cuddly toys and life-size figures to delight sporting fans from all walks of life.
我心目中亚运会的吉祥物应该是小海燕，是一只大象，是一只小兔子，是一个机器人。
The Chinese city of Hangzhou won the right to host the one-time sporting event that will be the 3rd Asian Games to be held in China.
Hangzhou as the city of the 2022 Asian Games.
Powerful mascot ideas for the 2022 Asian Games have poured in from designers around the world. The organizing committee has presented the lucky winner with a prize of 120,000 yuan. But above all, the designer has been expected to meet strict conditions.
怎么样把智能的这个符号 印记跟我们吉祥物融合在一起。
Like other sports mascots, the chosen ones are meant to evoke the spirit of the games and the host country, but also connect children with the sports. That's why, as the chosen designers need to give it everything they've got. So who are the lucky winners?
They say face is your fortune. It's your trademark and the front you present to the world, just like the mascots for major sporting events like the Asian Games. And no one is more aware of this than the artist Zhang Wen.
Being both young lecturers of the China Academy of Art, Zhang Wen and his wife Yang Yiho met each other back at university, and it's love at first sight that brought them together. With a strong love for Hangzhou and for the games, they have led the team to co-design the winning mascots, 3 sporty robots, also known as the memories of Jiangnan. The mascots named Cong Cong, Cheng Cheng and Lian Lian are designed to symbolize 3 of Hangzhou's World Heritage listed sites. Cong Cong symbolizes the ancient city of Liangzhu, a site that proves 5,000 years of continuous civilization in the region. The Cong was a jade artifact which survives as a quintessential relic unearthed from the ruins northwest of Hangzhou. It takes the yellow color of earth and bumper harvest as the main tone. Cheng Cheng has been chosen to pay tribute to China's Grand Canal that connects Hangzhou to Beijing. It takes its name from the Gongchen Bridge, a landmark crossing of the Great Waterway. Lian Lian represents Hangzhou's West Lake, perhaps the city's most famous attraction, and is named after the expanse of floating lotus leaves, which have the significance in Chinese culture of purity and peace.
I see different versions of the mascots on the wall. How many times have they been revised?
我们一共经历了6次的一个大修改，20多次的小修改。
这是我们吉祥物的初稿。那么像这个连链，它的变化是最大的。刚开始呈现的是一种花红柳绿的这么一个状态，但是到最后呢，3个都以机器人的属性呈现，它其实有原因的。把这个杭州当下所发生的所有的一切的这种科技的力量，把它凸显出来。
You two have been called the mother and father for the mascots of the Asian Games. And for decades, the mascots for the Asian Games have been jolly animals with links to the host country. But your mascots designs are actually 3 children.
这个是我们其实在深化过程中想不断去挖掘他们。就像我们培养自己小孩子一样，希望不断的把他的优点放大，然后在过程中吸收更多的能量，渐渐就回到了我们设计的一个初心。对于吉祥物来说，我们希望他们能够成为真正的所谓的亚裔文化遗产。
People may have different points of view when they see the mascots, but they are likely to embrace their backstory, which is also formation of Chinese cultural identity, home. Here I am, stepping out on the journey of exploring where Zhang Wen's grew up and find out why every one of us actually contributes to the design of the mascots.
Okay, that's about it from us for this week, but join us the same time in next 2 weeks for more Asian Games fun. Good day. Hello and welcome to the Road to Hangzhou 2022. I'm Yongxin Celia Chen. I bring you our build-up to the Asian Games with interviews, highlights and interesting stories of the sporting actions, all that is coming up very soon. Previously, we met Zhang Wen and his wife, the designers of the mascots for Hangzhou 2022. We've learned the concepts behind their designs, but how did these concepts generated at the first place? And what kind of story has contributed to their successful creation? Let's find out the answers in Zhang Wen's hometown. So this is the ancestral temple you want to show me?
是的。
Wow, it's beautiful. So how old is it?
这些壁画200-300年前我们的祖先绘制的。
So these are the original wall paintings?
对，全都是根据我们的戏文，关于古代的一些英雄的故事。我会从这些壁画、这些戏曲表演里面知道，中国人其实最讲究的是一种爱国精神。仁义礼智信的，为现在所做的一些设计提供了非常庞大的一个知识背景。
Traditional Chinese painting served as inspiration for Zhang Wen's initial design. What Zhang Wen needed to do was to choose the best way that would represent his ideas.
什么叫符号化性的思维？就是你要看旗帜，就是把那个最重要的情节通过绘画的方式体现出来。那么它其实都是经过提炼的，而且这些提炼不是说是一个人的提炼，可能是几代人都画同样的壁画，它积累下来的，它是一个图形的样式。这些样式就是我们所谓的中国传统文化最重要的关于纹样的崇拜。
Because we know the mascots need to be rich in content, but also integrating Chinese culture, the unique characters of the city of Hangzhou, and also the spirit of the Asian Games. I mean, comparing with the wall painting, which has different figures to present a story, I think designing a mascot, which especially needs to be rich in content, is very challenging. So how did you manage to do that?
因为中国人呢，特别喜欢纹样装饰内涵的一些表现，追求的是一种图必有意，意必吉祥。那么重重其实也是一样，以良渚为一个背景，良渚的饕餮纹，我们可以看到很多戏文里面非常多的关于这种暗示。重重的头上的良渚玉琮的神人兽面纹，它所指向的其实也是人跟自然之间的和谐相处，达到某一种平等。关于图像也好，那种文化的那符号性的记忆，那些东西不是从媒体上来，而是回到你成长的这个环境。这些成长环境是埋自你内心，它是可以迸发出无限的能量的东西。就是对我而言，它是一个完整的氏族体制。尤其我现在带你去的是我们的祠堂张氏大祠宗，这是我们整个大家族的祠堂。
In Chinese traditional culture, the concept of family is quite profound. So the culture of the roots is deeply imprinted in people's minds.
这些是我们的族谱，对我们来讲，我们的根脉，我们想要去找到那种根性的东西。尤其是亚运会，其实重重的外在造型其实一直在发生变化，但是它根性的符号的特征，神人兽面纹，它是一直没有任何变化的，因为那个是真正的能量来源。无论它怎么发展，根性的东西永远是在这里。这就是瓯江，这条江呢连接的是南溪江。杭州的运河跟钱塘江的关系，跟我生活的这个地方的南溪江跟瓯江之间的关系是非常相似的。杭州从西湖边上到沿江发展，到邕江发展，所有的文化是跟水相关的。在吉祥物设计的时候也非常注重这些。杭州它有沼泽的水，它有溪水，它有湖水，它有河水，有江水，非常多跟水相关的文化。
Hangzhou, as a typical city in the south of the Yangtze River, is densely covered with the lakes and rivers and adorned with a beautiful scenery. Each mascot has been given the elements of water and life.
在吉祥物的造型特征里面放入了一个隐藏的暗线，你会发现它每个人都有鱼的特征，它的耳朵像鱼鳍一样，它可以在畅游的水里面，包括它脚上的鱼鳞纹，包括它有一点点鱼身上的质感，鱼鳞的质感，都在我们设计的考虑范围之内。
Okay, that's about it from us for this week, but join us the same time in next 2 weeks for more Asian Games fun. Good day. Hello and welcome to the road to Hangzhou 2022. I'm Yongxin Celia Chen. I bring you our build-up to the Asian Games with interviews, highlights and interesting stories of the sporting actions, all that is coming up very soon. The story about the mascots of Hangzhou 2022 has reached the final episode. The Asian Games is one of the greatest shows on earth. The design of the games unites the athletes around a common look and feel, so it got to be epic.
你看这些建筑，以前可能都是一片小渔村，像我成长的地方，又有中式四合院的建筑，
又有东欧风格的建筑样式，
又有所谓的火柴盒式的这种英式的英伦范儿的建筑。我们的成长环境应该是中国发展的一个缩影吧。
Courage and persistence are essential to the spirit of the Asian Games. Zhang Wen hopes that his design can inspire every athlete to challenge his or her limits.
我们内心都会有一个层次，就是面对任何的困难艰险，都勇于去挑战自己的极限。这次亚运会，所有的运动员肯定是这样子的。这个就是我们的母亲河南溪江，这个是我从小到大引以为豪的一个成长的环境。中国有一个非常浓厚的山水文化的情节。像我们文人的内在的那种对于自然的那种情感的寄托，像我们的亚运吉祥物的设计，尤其是连练，我们所追求就是山水之间的一种情怀。我们的西湖的湖山是一样的，诗意的气质，那种朦胧的感觉。
The three mascots you designed are collectively known as Jiangnan Yi, which is from the very famous Tang Dynasty poet by Zhu Yu to reflect the beauty of Yangtze Delta. So are the three mascots strongly related with the river culture?
是的，江南忆这个名字跟我们杭州有着非常紧密的联系的。它是来自于白居易的这首诗：日出江花红胜火，春来江水绿如蓝。能不忆江南？江南忆，最忆是杭州。
The river right behind me is Nanxi River, which is also the mother river of Yongzhang, where Zhang Wen grows up. I think from my point of view, the river is a metaphor for Zhang Wen's life. Go with the flow and flow with the go. Just like the Irish author John Donahue once said, the river best preserves the fluency of continued change and yet holds the one form.
这个就是我成长的地方，我对这个地方的一草一木其实都非常熟悉。就像重庆，它象征的是我们来自内心深处的文化自信。
Attention to host the Asian Game and see you very soon in your beautiful city.
Okay, that's about it from us for this week, but join us the same time in next 2 weeks for more Asian Games fun. Good day.